and we are back. What? Oh, sorry, John just popped in. Okay, and we are back. This is part 2 of chat number 144. I forgot to mention the number earlier, but this is part 2 of chat number 144, and it is titled Your Eat the Rainbow Challenge, and the extra credit portion is eating the rainbow. Again, not Skittles. So we're going to look at lots of ways to make sure that you're eating the rainbow, but the first thing we're going to do is get something going in the air fryer. So this was the soup, or this is the soup that I made earlier in the week. And I know I haven't posted the recipe yet, but this is just the vegetable beef soup that I made earlier in the week. So it already has, you know, some colorful vegetables in it. It's got carrots and it's got green beans and it has some tomatoes and it has some peas and things like that. But it's not, you know, especially colorful. So I'm not going to show you what is in here. I'm going to add this to something that we're going to look at when it is that time. And I'm going to put it in the air fryer. And then we're going to come back and look at it and we're going to see how I made it, how I colored the rainbow, or how we're going to eat the rainbow with this. So even things that have a little bit of color, you can always add some more color to it. Again, excitement. You know, it's prettier to look at. It's more fun. You know, it's more fun to look at when you're eating it. You know I take pictures of everything that I eat, and there are some days that I'm like, gosh, that's really orange. Like, especially when wintertime vegetables start coming out, or wintertime fruits start coming out, everything starts to look so orange. Okay, so this secret thing that's in here that's going to be more colorful, we're going to go ahead and put this in the air fryer, and we'll pull it out. It'll be the last thing that we'll look at tonight. So I have this in that's the pan that came with my Simple Living Products air fryer. And I'm going to push the start button, adjust the time. I'm going to put it on 380 and change it to 18 minutes, and we're going to get that going. Okay, so that was the soup. Already had a little bit of color to it, but we're going to add even more color to it to eat so that we can eat the rainbow and we can make it even more exciting. Okay, here's a very simple example of this. Okay, this is yogurt. Okay, this is just plain non-fat Greek yogurt. Nothing fancy about it at all. So it's just kind of meh. You know, it's in a cute little mason jar, but it's just kind of meh because it's just plain yogurt. This is 1 teaspoon of Truvia baking blend and 1 tablespoon of Jell-O. Let's see, it's sugar-free Jell-O pudding. Oh, and I think Casey just joined us, but it's sugar-free. Don't tell her about my nails. But it's sugar-free Jell-O pudding, and it's cheesecake flavored. So I'm going to add that. But it still didn't really add much color to it. So all that's going to do is add a little bit of sweetness because, again, this is non-fat, plain Greek yogurt, which has a little bit of a tang to it. Okay, so I just added 1 teaspoon of Truvia baking blend, and I added a tablespoon of sugar-free Jell-O, the cheesecake flavor. Okay, so that's going to give it a nice, you know, like a sweet flavor. But it's still really blah looking, which, you know, I could eat this, but it's just kind of meh. This is 1 tablespoon of sugar-free blackberry jam. So I'm going to add that to it. And this hasn't added any points to it. The Truvia for a whole teaspoon, I think, is 1. But this jam hasn't added any extra points to it. A tablespoon of the sugar-free blackberry jam is 0. So we've got that. You know, and stirring it live is, I know I'm making lots of weird noises, but hold on, bear with me for just a minute. Okay, so now we're starting to get a little bit of color in there. So now it's starting to look really pretty, and I'm going to set this down so that I can scrape the sides really good. And again, sorry about the noises this is making. But now we have like a blackberry jam, almost a cheesecake, because I've added the blackberry jam, the sugar-free blackberry jam. Okay, let me get the sides scraped off a little bit. But now we're going to add the piece de resistance, and excuse me while I lick my finger. Now we're going to add blueberries and pomegranate seed. Let's see if I can even get all this in there. Okay, so now we have blueberries and pomegranate seed. Let's go ahead and stir that up just a little bit more. Now it's going to make some really interesting noises as I stir that together. Let me get this all back down in here again. Okay, now what started out as a very bland looking, you know, just so, not very exciting, you know, yogurt for, you know, for breakfast, or this one could even be, you know, for a dessert. Now we've got all kinds of color. Excuse me, you won't lick my fingers. But now we have all kinds of color. So this was just a half a cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, a teaspoon of Truvia baking blend, a tablespoon of sugar-free Jell-O, the cheesecake flavored, Jell-O pudding, the cheesecake favorite flavor, and a tablespoon of sugar-free blackberry jam, and some pomegranates and some blueberries. And look how pretty that is. So that suddenly is very much eating the rainbow. That would make me so much happier in the morning than just the plain, you know, than just the plain Greek yogurt. This is where the endives come in. I think you're really gonna like this one. So I went on a hunt to Trader Joe's today, and I did go ahead and spend a little bit more money, just because we have not had any food for the chat in, I think it's been 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Oh, what's appendicitis? Hold on just a second. Okay, good. So y'all are having lots of conversation in here. That looks really good. Different colors. Pomegranate seed. Yes, I ate the whole pomegranate seed, crunch and all. Yeah. No, don't be afraid to do that. What would you eat? What would you not eat of it? No, eat the whole pomegranate seed. Sorry, that was Liz. Yeah, you have to eat the whole pomegranate seed. You can't possibly pick just the pulp off of it. And Liz, what about appendicitis? Sandra said it looks good. Okay, so this, though, is roasted vegetables. So I went on a hunt, and because we haven't had anything, we haven't made anything, you know, food-wise, because we've been, you know, trying desperately to save some money, I went ahead and got a few extra things today. But we went to Trader Joe's, because that is one of my favorite places, and they do really have the best variety of things like this. They had colored carrots. So I got a bag of all the colored carrots. Then I got some beets, and I got 3 different colors of radishes. Hopefully I pulled one of each color out for this, but I got 3 different colors of radishes, and those came in one bag. In the bag it was just, you know, different colored radishes. And I got some endive. Oh, let me grab that real quick for you. Hold on. This is what endive looks like. So this is what it looks like in the package. The one that I made tonight is just a green, you know, it's just a green and white endive. All of the packages at Trader Joe's had one of these really pretty ones in it. I'm saving this one for when it's picture time. And Michelle says Trader Joe's may have the honey nut squash. She got hers from delivery produce. I did not see it, but honestly I wasn't looking for squash because I was looking for all this other stuff. But what I did is I chopped everything up. So I chopped up the carrots, and I don't peel my carrots first. So I chopped up the carrots. I cut the radishes in half, and I sliced the beets, and wait until you see those. And then I just sliced the endive in half. After I washed everything, you have to wash everything first. Don't forget to do that. And then I sprayed them with a little bit of coconut oil. Wow. Okay. And I was frozen on mine, so that was weird because I could see that. Okay. Anyway, so I sprayed some coconut oil in the bottom of my air fryer because I was going to be laying these on top of it. I sprayed the tops of everything with a little bit of coconut oil. Then I put a little tiny bit of nutritional yeast on it, and then I put some of the Dax everything but the salt seasoning. Down, it was 380 for 20 minutes, I think. It was 380 for 20 minutes, and I shook them a couple of times during that 80 minutes. But look how pretty. So that would be an excellent way to, you know, to add some color to your meals. So like this is one of the this was one of the carrots. This is one of the beets. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps freezing, but anyway, this is one of the beets. And the beets are going to leave red, you know, on the other vegetables, so just know about that. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you let it touch the other vegetables, because it just dripped on the endive and made it red, but that's okay because it's now just a pretty color now. Here's one of the orange carrots. Here is one of the little radishes. This is what I wanted to show you. So this is one of the little radishes. So cute. We're going to try it. You hear how soft that is? So that's a radish. I'm not asking you to listen to me eat, but listen to me eat. That is so soft when it's roasted. So soft. This would be a perfect side dish for any meal. This would be perfect for Thanksgiving. This would be, I mean, it would just be perfect. And it's so pretty. I mean, all of these colors, and the beets are just, I'm sorry, they're just fabulous. The beets are so, look how pretty that is. I mean, it just looks like art. It's so pretty. Okay, so those were the roasted vegetables. Again, super easy. And Sue wants to know, can someone please explain why Kelly uses nutritional yeast, what it is, and what it does to help? So real quick, I know somebody else will answer you as well, but my mom introduced me to it. She is vegan, and she introduced me to it for nutritional reasons. She uses it as a seasoning, but also to add nutrients to her food since she wasn't eating any meat, like none, not eggs, not dairy, no cheese, no nothing. And but once we started using it, oh my gosh, it's so yummy. It is so yummy. And there is a chat for that. So if you want to go back and watch the nutritional yeast chat, it's going to explain it all. Okay, so that was the roasted veggies. And the next one I want to show you is, oh, my little radishes are rolling away. Okay, the next one I want to show you is tofu. So for everyone who thinks they don't like tofu, calm down, calm down. This one is absolutely delicious. So I think we would all agree that tofu is one of the most bland looking protein sources that there ever was. I mean, pretty much anything you do to it, it's still this color. There's not a whole lot that you can do to tofu that's going to make it a different color. It's pretty much always this color. So you have to add things with a lot of color to it, or it's just going to look yellowish brown. This is air fryer tofu. I can explain later how to make this. I don't think we have enough time to talk. Maybe we might have enough time to talk about it. So I took my tofu, took it out of the container. Well, I drained it first, took it out of the container, squeezed it. And there is a chat for that if y'all need to go see how to squeeze it. And Alicia says, yes, for sure with the tofu. Yeah, it is. But if you want to go see how to squeeze it and everything, and some people will say that you have to squeeze it and let it sit overnight. I don't do that. I just squeeze it right before I'm going to use it. And then I slice it into threes. And again, you'll just have to go watch that other chat to see how to do that because we don't have time to go through the whole thing tonight. And then, so I slice it into threes, and then I slice it again going the other direction. And then my mom used to always slice it in triangles. So sometimes I do triangles, sometimes I do squares, but the triangles just seemed more fun. Then I did, oh gosh, Janice says, still haven't tried tofu, bought it a couple of times and just couldn't do it. You really got to do it. Then I took the juice from some pico de gallo that I bought today at Trader Joe's, and I marinated this in the pico de gallo. I let it marinate for 30 minutes, and I just kept the container I had it in, I just kept flipping it over and flipping it over and flipping it over and flipping it over so that the juice, got all the way through. So I let it marinate in the pico de gallo juice for 30 minutes, and then when I got it out, I added, again, nutritional yeast and a little bit of cornstarch to help it have this little, the fried look. But since it's such a bland color, and my gosh, we're frozen again. That's really irritating. But since it's such a bland color, and here, maybe I'll just wait until we're unfrozen before I move on. because I want y'all to see this. Oh no, why is there an error loading? That's really irritating. Ah. Okay, so I'm back again for a second. So anyway, so I'm gonna keep talking, but since this is, what was I gonna say? Oh, anyway, so I did the nutritional yeast, I did a little bit of cornstarch to make it look fried, and then I did some of the some of the Dax Taco Night, since this was kind of a taco theme, and put that on there. But now I'm gonna add this because this is so bland looking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this to a, just to one of those shallow bowls of, it's like mixed greens. So I'm going to add that to this, you know, just to give it a little bit of color from, you know, by adding it to the greens. So I'm going to put about half my tofu on there. Then I am going to take this. I made, uh-oh, and I got rid of my spoon. Hold on a second. I used my spoon from a yogurt. Then I took some black beans and I added some of the pico de gallo. Remember, I used the pico de gallo juice to put on the tofu. So I used the pico de gallo that was left. I put that in with some black beans, and that has also been marinating. So I'm going to put it on here with my tofu to add a little bit more color and a little bit more flavor. And then I have some pineapple. So yeah, so I hadn't done anything with fruit yet tonight. This is literally just one of those little cups, you know, a little cup of pineapple. It is unsweetened. It does not have any sugar added, so it is 0 points for the cup of pineapple. I'm going to add some of that. And then, excuse me, I'm a finger licker. Sorry. I'm going to add some of that. And then the last thing is I'm going to add some, just some little chopped up, just some little diced up, you know, like chopped up tortilla chips. And it looks like it's frozen again. Yeah. So I'm going to add some, this is like 2 points of tortilla chips, but I'm going to add that there, and I'm going to hope that you all can still see me. Because I'm getting ready to show you the piece de resistance. So this is the tofu. It is tofu with the juice from the pico de gallo. It does have Bragg nutritional yeast. It has a little bit of cornstarch. It has the Dax Taco Night. Then I have black beans with some of the pico de gallo mixed in, a little bit of pineapple, and then the chips. So look, see how much prettier that is. Boy, I hope y'all can see me, because on mine I'm frozen, and it may be because I'm trying to do both of these at the same time. It may be because I'm trying to do both. I'm trying to do this live and do this at the same time. But anyway, so hopefully y'all can see me, because it appears that I can no longer see my, hold on, I'm gonna try and find myself. Okay, so let's see. Well, hopefully y'all can still see this. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going again. Yay! Hopefully I'm not gone. Okay, anyway, so how pretty is that? So that's got the greens on the bottom. It has the tofu, and I apologize for pausing so many times, but I'm not used to being able to watch myself down here, and Facebook really needs to fix these comments, because that's really irritating. Anyway, then it's got the air fryer tofu, some pineapple, and then it has the black beans with the rest of the pico de gallo added. So look how much prettier that is than just this, than just the bland tofu. And I know those of you who don't think you like tofu are going, ew. But anyway, so much prettier, and I will take a picture of that and post it again later. And our last thing is getting ready to be ready. Before it's ready, let me show you what is in the bottom. And yeah, Sandy, that could be one serving. I know that looks huge, but it could be one serving. And Teresa says, tofu isn't happening in my house. I don't care what you do to it. So Teresa, if I ever meet you in person, I'm making you tofu. Making you tofu. Okay. And those of you who, oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, and those of you who didn't have any interruptions got to watch me go and make all these weird faces at Facebook. Okay, so before I show you what's in there, this is going to be perfect timing because we have 9 minutes left. We have 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes left. Okay, first thing, it does have some peppers in there, but I wanted to show you all a trick before I show you the peppers. So I did, when I was preparing the peppers, first I washed them because you wash everything first. And then I just barely trimmed off the bottom of the pepper just so that they would sit flat. You don't want to trim off too much or you make holes in the bottom of it and everything's going to leak out. And then I cut them in half because I'm going to use the bottom half for this, what's getting ready to come out. But then the top half I sliced and made into pepper rings so that I could have them for something else. But I didn't know if y'all knew this or not. This is something that my mom showed me how to do. So the pepper, when it has this part, when it has the stem on here, she caught me one day with a knife cutting around the stem, and she was like, "What are you doing?" You just take it, and I know you won't be able to see my hand, but you'll be able to hear it. So you just take it and you hit it like that on something. Like I'm hitting it on the on my cutting board, and then it will pop out. And see, it's gonna prove me wrong because I'm doing this live. But anyway, so when you pop it on there, it should pop right out. I'm sorry, I'm flinging seeds everywhere. Oh man, it's not gonna do it because I'm doing this live. It's coming. It really isn't this hard. Okay, it's really not that hard. It's just doing it because everything else has gone wrong live tonight. Okay, but anyway, so it'll pop out in the center, and it should be easier than this. It should not be this hard. So the center is popped out now, and I have seeds everywhere because I was trying to show off. But anyway, so the top of it pops out, and then you can just save the seeds for next year. You can save those and put them in your garden or something and save them for next year, and you'll have this ring left. You'll have that ring left, and then you can cut it up and you can make these. And these make really good if you want to put them in a skillet. You can put them in a skillet, make sure the flattest side is down, and then crack an egg in there and fry up an egg. Really pretty. Really pretty. Yeah, and Trish says, I can't believe I didn't think of that. My mother taught me years ago to do that with iceberg lettuce. Exactly. It's exactly the same thing. Okay, so real quick, let's look at the last thing. So it is out of the air fryer, and I have my last ingredient to go on top of it. And let me move my little pepper that I've tried to butcher here. Okay, and remember, do not pick up this skillet that you've just put in here, or this little pan that you put in here, with your hands. Okay, it is, what did I have it on, 360? Super hard. 380. It is going to be 380 degrees. Okay, use something. Okay, so I'm going to use my little tongs, and just to make sure that I safely get it over to where you all are, I'm also going to use a little oven mitt. Okay, so I'm going to put it over here. And remember, because I pre-seasoned my air fryer, it's going to be super easy to clean up, even though I have cooked all the roasted vegetables. I cooked all the roasted vegetables. I cooked the tofu in it, and now this, but it's going to be super easy to clean up. But remember, I had the leftover soup from earlier in the week, and it was just vegetable beef soup. Super yummy. But I had the leftovers from it, drained it for what I'm doing here, and to add some more color, it already had green beans, carrots. What do you think? Green beans, carrots, potatoes. It already had some, some other vegetables in it. But the peppers that we were just working on, I added it to those. Oh. I added it to these peppers. So now I have a red pepper, a yellow pepper, and an orange pepper. And I will take one of them out. Actually, I may put it in this little bowl that I've been using for the tofu. So I will move the tofu so that I don't have it mixing in with the meat, because that just seems like that would be wrong. Okay, so let me pick the prettiest one. Let me pick the red one. And let's get it transferred to this little cup. So again, it was just leftover vegetable beef stew. It could be leftover meatloaf. It doesn't have to be meat. It's just leftover something. It doesn't even have to be leftover anything. This one was. And, sorry for all the noise. And I've just transferred it to this little cup. So I stuffed the pepper with that. Remember, I just barely trimmed off the bottom of the pepper. Then I cut it in half and, you know, pounded the top, made some rings out of the top, left the bottom of it open. I added a little, like a tablespoon of water to the bottom of this pan before I put it into the air fryer so that it would kind of steam them. Because, you know, used to blanch them first, but I did that to steam it. Then, even though I had this beautiful red pepper with all the stuffing, oh, and I added a little bit of Trader Joe's light shredded cheese to it. But even though I have all of this, I'm still going to give it just a little bit more color. I got some chives. So how pretty is that? That literally has almost all the colors of the rainbow in it now. It's got red, it has green, it has orange, it has yellow. Let's see, red, orange, yellow. I've got those. Black. Don't really have anything black. Indigo. Let's see, Roy G, but green, it does have green. Anyway, it has almost all the colors of the rainbow in it. So, there you have it. We had roasted vegetables that were all different colors. You can get potatoes that are all those different colors, but I was trying to make the least starchy things tonight. We did peppers. We did peppers, stuffed with soup that already had a bunch of different colors in them. We did the yogurt with the beautiful berry colors in it, and we did the tofu taco salad. So lots of yummy options, lots of yummy fruits and vegetables used. Only used one fruit in the whole thing, but oranges are getting ready to come in. It's getting ready. It's apple season right now, so you can add apples to a lot of different things. Add your colors. It looks better. It's more fun. It's more appealing to your eye. Flavonoids. That is the word that I was looking for an hour ago. Flavonoids. Anyway, it's a lot better for you, has a lot more nutrients in it. The more color there is, the more nutrients there are. Okay, so everybody remembers what their homework is, right? Even through all, so your homework is to tell Facebook to straighten up. Your second homework is to go to kckitchencenter.com and prove to Facebook that it is not spam or should be in Facebook jail or Facebook timeout anyway. And your third homework is your actual homework, and that is to, oh, Loretta, the tofu tastes awesome. I'm super happy to try it for you. Here, let me just try the tofu, even though it's cold. Now, it literally, I know y'all are going to fuss at me. It tastes like chicken. It tastes like chicken. And I know y'all think I'm lying, but it tastes like chicken. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of the way before I get Dusty up here, because he is all over this. He's definitely wanting some of this. But your real homework, though, is to find something either new or to add something, kind of color it up. So I want to see all your colors of the rainbow. Don't forget to tag me in them. If you're watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. This next one up here, that is where you can watch the next video. Please go back and watch them or listen to them or something, and share them with a friend, share them with somebody who's new. We have so many new people again. It must be that time of year where people are starting to join again. And then the next one down here is to subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, and then remember to click the bell so that you'll know when a new video is coming up. Casey literally just sent me the thumbnails for this one, so she's on it. So this video will be up before you know it. And then this one over here is if you want to order one of our spread shirts to help support us. That would be awesome. Another good way to help support us is if you go to kckitchencenter.com, and if you see anything there that you would like to purchase, then we do get a little bit of money back from that, and we're having free freight right now. So if you just type in, what is it? Freefall, F-R-E-E-F-A-L-L, Freefall, then you're going to get free freight for the next couple of days, I think it is. Okay, Dusty, come here. And he's like, yeah, I want some of this, because it smells so good. Oh, good. Oh. He's so heavy. I'm gonna have to put him on a diet. Okay. So everybody have an amazing week. I'm gonna try and keep Dusty out of this. He really, really wants the stuffed peppers. He thinks they smell fabulous. Or the tofu. Maybe he wants the tofu. But anyway, so everybody have a great week. And no, Irma, I have not heard about that yet, but maybe that's something coming up that we'll hear about. Irma was asking about the My WW program. I heard that there are some changes coming. Don't panic. They always make it better. Okay, it's always to benefit us. So y'all have an amazing week. Have a great week. I'm going to set him down. Show me all your colors, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.